Ladies, gentlemen, distinguished guests, fellow councillors, it's my great pleasure to welcome you on behalf of the people of Glasgow to the magnificent City Chambers. It's a tremendous honour to be able to play host to all of you ahead of Ramadan. We in the West best know the holy month of Ramadan as a period of fasting. But to those that are a little more informed, who have read about rituals and practices, it is clear that it involves much more than that. For all Muslims, it's a time of peace and calm, of self-discipline and self-reflection. Ramadan is also an occasion for enlightenment and prayer. And throughout it all runs the spirit of charity, good deeds, kindness and helping others. Indeed, I was very pleased to learn quite recently that one of my colleagues, Councillor Razak, has found it a way to get a third of his meat to the poor and hungry during the holy month, and I would hope that other people would have a look at them to see how we can spread this further throughout the city. Indeed, Ramadan is a holy festival built around the selfless act of giving and sharing. And while friends and family receive gifts and special foods, giving to the poor and needy is also central at this special time. There are universal messages in the teaching of Islam and in the work of Islamic relief is well regarded and received across the world. Indeed, your charity runs 360 projects in 35 countries. It tops the Charity 250 index for voluntary income from individual donors. And in 2005, you joined the Disasters Emergency Committee, which is one of the main fundraising organisations in the United Kingdom for major disasters like current famine in Somalia that has been reported nightly on the evening news. Yours truly is a charity with worldwide reach, delivering worldwide help to the most needy and vulnerable on the planet. It would be remiss of me not to mention your UK Head of Fundraising, Habib Malik, who deservedly received a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Young Scottish Muslim Awards for his great contribution as a Scottish Muslim to society. Yours is a truly international organisation, drawing support from across the world whilst delivering invaluable assistance to some of the most impoverished people of Europe, Africa, Asia and the Middle East. Ladies and gentlemen, the scope of support that Islamic Relief seeks to provide is simply remarkable. It is all the more remarkable that Islamic Relief has such humble origins, being established in Birmingham in 1984 through the efforts of one man, Dr. Hani El-Banna, as a response to the famine in Africa. Thanks to the support of generous individuals, communities and other organisations, its reach has extended far and wide. I'm proud to say that Glaswegians have also shared the good doctor's vision and that there is a thriving branch of Islamic Relief in this city. I can only commend the great work that all of you do and urge you to continue to dig deep for brothers and sisters in less comfortable surroundings. Thank you.
Islamic. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure and a privilege to be here at the launch of Ramadan for Islamic Relief. I have to say that Islamic Relief have come a long way since its embryonic stages in the early days when it first started off. And it's exciting to see that there's an organisation in the UK which actually is sensitive to the needs of the Muslim community. We've got a growing Muslim community in the UK, and they reflect our concerns across the world. And it shows that it's not about one country, it's about humanity. And that's the wonderful thing. They actually portray the real message of Muslims in the UK, and that is that we care about human beings around the world, regardless of their faith or the colour, regardless of the nationality they're from. And I think that in itself is a huge, tremendous effort and an asset for the Muslim community in the UK, because we can be proud of an organisation that actually truly reflects our values. So please take a message back from us in Glasgow to your organisation to say we're really proud of the work that you're doing, and that's what stems us and pushes us towards working with you, for the people of the world. And I think one of the things in Scotland that we pride ourselves with is the fact that we actually care. And I first realised internationally how people perceive us overseas in terms of Scotland and in terms of the UK is when we went for the bid for the 2014 Commonwealth Games. And I remember a number of countries' representatives actually saying to me, we know who you are because you remember us in our time of need. We don't know who Nigeria is. For all the wealth in the world that they have, all the contracts that they had, people still appreciated what we do around the world. And I know recently there's been some talk about we should be aiding stuff in the UK and we shouldn't be spending as much as we do overseas. But we are part and parcel of the overseas. We are part and parcel of that world and that village. We have to be knowledgeable and concerned about what actually happens overseas, because they're our brothers and sisters. They smile the way we do, they cry the way we do, they hurt the way we do. And when they hurt, we should hurt if we're human beings, which we are. Historically, we've proven it time and time again. So that's wonderful. I'm really, really sad of what happened just a couple of days ago in the Netherlands. I think that's something that we need to really keep on board, that it's not about what different people think, it's what they do, their actions, how they impinge on our freedom. And I've always had the view that we cannot allow terrorists to dictate our lifestyle. It's never stopped me from going to Bosnia during the war, it never stopped me to go to Iran during the war, it never stops me going to other parts of troubled world during troubled times because of terrorism, because I, for one, will not allow them to dictate what they will and will not do. A minority cannot dictate to a majority, and that's unacceptable. And I think when Islamic Relief goes to some parts of the world where there are troubles, people do question, is it safe? Should they be there? There's a lot of terrorism there. That's exactly why we should be there, because ordinary people are the victims. And Pakistan is another example, where people who live in parts of the world, parts of Pakistan, where they can't help themselves but to be squeezed between the terrorists on one hand and the government forces on the other hand. And many have lost their lives, many have lost their homes. And I think it's organizations like Islamic Relief that help put that together, to bandage the wounds, to give them the food and give them hope and aspirations, to build schools, which is, for me, is a wonderful thing that people do when they provide people with basic necessity of life and education. So, sir, continue the good work. The Glasgow City Council has always been very supportive of Islamic Relief, and I'm sure that now, and in the past, of course, the Scottish Parliament has been there for Islamic Relief as well. And now that the fact that I'll be working from the Scottish Parliament as well, I look forward to working with your organisation. And in fact, I was very keen to get your mugs into my office so when people come and have a cup of tea with me, they appreciate that I do actually support Islamic Relief. So well done, sir. And I hope and pray that you succeed in what you're trying to do, because I know for a fact you bring a lot of relief to a lot of people around the world. And we are all beneficiaries of that. Every contribution that we make goes towards that. So we can be quite proud of that fact. And I don't really care which charity we give to. We must give to charities. They do a lot of very good work around the world. They don't only represent our country, but they represent our hopes and wishes for them, which are the positive ones, the ones that we want to see smiles on their faces. We want to see their lifestyles and the quality of life improve, but more importantly, we want them to be pain-free. So I hope that my few words help focus in terms of what happens around the world, and I hope that the words I have to say will encourage you to not only encourage yourselves but also your friends and family to dig deep and actually make a real contribution. That would be very helpful. And as far as Irfan is concerned, I don't remember clipping him around the ear, but now that he's given the opportunity, I may be tempted in the future. So thank you very much.